Hey guys, it's been so long since I have done an actual sit-down video, and guess what? We're back with a part 3, and this time it's going to be apps you need to give yourself a strong start for the school year. Like what I did in part 1 and 2, which I will have linked down below, I'm going to be listing the app's pros and cons, as well as if you really need them, some improvements they can make, and I'm going to be giving them a rating from 1 to 10. So, our categories for today is finance, health, to-dos and habits, and miscellaneous. If you find any of these apps interesting, I will also have all of them linked down below with some extra information. So I'm going to start with finance first, and this app is called Email Accounting. I don't actually know if I'm saying the emo, it's E-M-M-O, right? But I have been loving this app so much. This was the app that made me want to do this part 3 because I knew I could not just like shout it out from a random vlog, you know? But this app, I've been using it for months, and I literally love this app so much. I went through this kind of phase where I tried like 10 different finance apps, and this one was my favorite one just because it was really clean and easy and minimal without having to just like, this one is just the least cluttered and also very user-friendly. All the other competitors, it was just really cluttered. You basically had to add like a credit card or some sort of card, and usually for me, I don't always use my card, and whenever I do, it's just like I don't really want it to be linked together, you know? I want to be able to, me, myself, see the money I'm putting in, because I can just look at like my bank account itself and it will show all the transactions. So I really wanted something to just look at all of the transactions I had, what I bought, how much it was, and I found that this app was the best by far. I also really love all the features that it has because it's so simple. You can just literally just tap like what you bought, like it could be from dining, clothing, anything. You can also create your own categories, and I really loved that you could also add notes. This was the only one that offered a lot of features without having to pay for like a VIP or premium service. So I talked a lot there, but some pros of this is that it offers a lot of stuff without being premium. It's very user-friendly. It's also very organized, and I can see exactly where my money is going and coming from. So some cons of this app is that if you were a small business or someone who just wants 2 different accounts, maybe like personal and work, the general ledger is for premium, so if you wanted to like split that up, it wouldn't really work. So that is mainly like my only con. Everything else I do like. Oh, and other than the fact that this is made by an Asian developer, so some of the stuff is in Chinese, even though the language is English. I can see how that can also be very confusing for people. Some improvements that you could do in the future is definitely putting with some more English. There are some parts where like I know I get confused too, so yeah. But rating, this is by far one of the best finance apps, and even though there is like a little language barrier, it's not that much. Like, it's very self-explanatory. I would give this app a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we are going to move on to health because I could not find any more finance apps. This first one is Water Llama. Now, originally I was on their Pink Llama app. I did not really enjoy that app, but Water Llama, I don't know, there's something about it that just sets it apart from other water tracking apps, and there's something about it that just makes me keep going, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I have a problem with keeping my streak. I'm currently on streak day 2 because I keep losing it after using this for a month. It's really lovely. But this app has so many pros. A few of them would be that it's really easy to track your water intake. It's really easy because it also gives you reminders every 2 hours or so. So like, I find that to be the most helpful. Like, I will actually click on the pop-up notification. I also love how I can keep my streak. I don't really remember if the other water ones did. They probably did, but this one just was like, I need to do it, you know what I mean? I also love how you can, like, you fill up your water, you fill up a little character, and even though you do have to pay premium for like other special characters, it's really cute to see a llama, and I really want to like aim to get 100% hydration every single day because I want to see the pink llama, you know what I mean? Some cons of this app is that because you are a able to not only track your water but also different beverages, that option is for premium. So that is one thing I don't like, but I also understand that if you are really into tracking how much you're drinking, like exactly, that would be like an add-on. In addition to that con, okay, I understand that the premium feature definitely gives you a lot more features, but sometimes I am awake at 12:02, okay, and I need to track my water, but I technically count it as, you know, the previous day still. So can't go back and track your previous water intakes, which I guess is more like accountability, but at the same time I'm like, please, sometimes I just forget, you know what I mean? So you know, there's that. But overall, like, this app, it doesn't have any like major improvements, but if you're looking for a water intake app, this one is pretty good. So on a scale, I would give this probably like a 7. It's definitely not an app you need, but I still have it after 2 months, so that's a good sign. Next, we are going to move on to to-dos and habits, because you know, we always need that. So these next 2 apps are definitely like to-do lists. Like, there's nothing special about them. They are to-do lists, but I keep using them just because of how like minimal and easy they are compared to previous to-do lists I've had, such as Mind List. These are like no category. Well, there are categories, but like it's definitely just like you get a post-it and you scribble stuff down. You know what I mean? It's not like super organized, but it's there. So this first one is Tweak, and honestly, I love how like simple it is. Like, there's no special features, there's no crazy stuff. Literally, it's just the day and you just type in what you need to do. I find this really good just if I have some random stuff that I need to just put in somewhere, because I know on Mind Lists sometimes, like, because there are so many categories and you have to set a date in order for it to be in your inbox, this one is really good just to jot down whatever I need. Definitely more of just like scribble down and don't forget than to do, you know what I mean? So there's not really much to say about this app. It's good. So some cons would be that I can't make other categories, but at the same time, that's not really what I feel like, that's not what they're aiming for, so that's not exactly a con, but a con, you know what I mean? So some improvements, I would say sometimes I just feel like it could be missing some features. I don't know what feature, but whenever I use it, I feel like I'm missing some part of it that is not making me like use it super consistently. So if I were to rate this, I would also rate this a 7. Because this is a 7, this is making me want to bump Water Llama up to maybe 8, just because I feel like this is not a 6. This app is definitely not a 6. But for me personally, I need to see all the categories, but this is really good as a don't forget. Okay, as we're moving further and further into this video, this is like the messiest video ever, but next we have a minimalist. It's kind of like a play on words because there's minimal and list, which is really smart, by the way. This one is again definitely a to-do list style, but even more minimalistic as Tweak. Literally like a blank sheet, you pull down, you add a little task, anything, literally, there you go. And when you're done, you swipe to the right and it crosses it out. It's a very, very, very easy app to use. But one feature that I have been loving on here is how I can literally tap on the task and I can have a timer. I find that this is probably the best thing about it, just because of course I know there's apps that, you know, like Flora, but like, you know, there's just something about it where it's like I just want it to be fast. Like, I don't want to have to go through those extra 10 steps and waste an extra 20 seconds to get to where I need to get to for a timer. So that's one thing I really like about it. It's definitely like minimal, so there are some premium features, but I don't really need them. They're definitely extra apps, but I did see that they added like high, low, medium. This was like a few months ago. Also set up like notifications for it, which I really like, but I think the star of this whole thing would definitely be the timer. So like I said with the last app, there's not much to say about this app because it is so minimal. I would say cons for this app would be that it's not the most user-friendly. It is because they do have like, they do show you a tutorial, but I find that because it's so blank, sometimes it's hard to find where you need to get to, you know what I mean? But by all means, like, it's not a bad thing. So if I were to rate this, I would say this is definitely better than Tweak. So probably like 7.5, maybe 8, you know? But if I were to choose this app, Tweak or Minimalist, I would choose Minimalist. But just because Minimalist is super minimal, you might want Tweak, you know? Next, we are going to move on to Habit. Now, is something with this design that I absolutely love so much. This is also part of like another set in which I actually have another app coming out from that set, but I don't know, there's something about this that like I actually remember to put it down every single morning. You can have a bunch of habits, and all you do in the morning, go on the app and you just hold down the center circle and then it just checks it off. Like, it's very like so basic. And then it also, I don't know how to describe what it does, but it basically just like marks down as you did it, which I don't know about you, but like there's something so rewarding about like seeing the puzzle fit together, which is something I really love about this app. Even though it's kind of, it's like there's not much to it, but like just those small things just make it stick in your head. And also the fact that you can have different styles as well with this. I don't know what the style is called, maybe it's graphite or something, but there's so many different styles. I want the opal style, but the thing is that those styles cost so much. If I was a really long-term user, I'd probably look into investing in that, but for me, not really. So pros would be that this is like such an easy app. Like, if you need a really easy and quick way to start making your habits stick, this app is so good for you. But some cons for this would be that if you hate the colors that it gives you, you have to pay like $5-10 for a skin for this, which is honestly, it's not the best deal. But if you are really loving this app, you know, get it. So rate this app a 9 out of 10. It's definitely an app I remember and I always go back to every single morning. Alright, next we have kind of a star app of this video, and it is called Routinery. So this app, I can't even tell you how much I love it, even though I think I downloaded it a while ago, but then I started using it about a week ago, and this, I don't know, there's like, it's better than Fabulous in some ways, but also not. But honestly, I have loved this app so much. So basically, it's very similar to a bunch of to-do, task, daily type of stuff, you know. Basically, all you do is you have like a morning routine. That's the one that they make you start out with, and you literally just write all your habits that you want to do. Whenever it comes time in the morning, then you just click the start button, and then it's just like a timer, it's just like a countdown. And I don't know, but like I have been sticking to this thing for a week, and that's a good sign. I have been going on this app every single morning. Like at breakfast, I'm just like boop, you know, it's like, it's literally part of my routine, which I love. Just makes me not want to go overboard, you know what I mean, and set up like 5 different routines and just do all of them. Just something about that just you know, it just makes it stick with me. I feel like I'm drifting far and far and far, and I'm just like going crazy. Pros of this app is that it really makes you stick to a routine, which I love. In addition to that, I really love how you also have the streak thing. I really want to get to the flower level. That is my goal. I also love how easy it is to use. I know that sometimes whenever there are timer stuff, that it's just like, it's just very like, ugh, you know what I mean? And this one, it just like, maybe it's also the tasks that I put in there, but it just flows very well. I also, it's just like, it's not too cluttered. It's not cluttered to the point where I'm like, oh wait, maybe I should add another habit. It's definitely very like self-paced. It's like, don't rush yourself, stick to a routine and then add. So if I were to rate this app, it would definitely be also a 9.5 out of 10. This one and email accounting, they're like, in some ways one is a 10 and in other ways like another one is a 10, but this one is like definitely one that I would recommend for anyone who is trying to build a really strong routine. This, I'm telling you, will help you so much. It's like, It's actually crazy. I love this app. Alright, I realized that I was talking a lot. Now somehow we're already at the end of this video. Okay, we have our last app, which is called Weather. This is also in the set with habits, and it has the same exact themes. I really do like this weather app. There is honestly, maybe it's definitely just the graphics, but it's definitely not an app you need, but it's an app you want. You know what I mean? I really love how like it basically shows you the actual weather. Like the icon is like sun with birds, you know, when it storms it like shows you that it's storming, and like it doesn't give you any like extra stuff that like the actual weather app does, but it's definitely just like an app that if you just want to look at the weather, plain weather, like just chill, breathe weather, you know, this is a really good app. I also love how they added like a little game in it. It's called Cloudburst, and even though it's like so small, like I actually play it for some reason. Like, why do I play this game on a weather app? But honestly, the pros of this would be that it's really easy to use. It's very user friendly. The graphics are amazing. I love the colors. Everything is just good. Cons of this would be that maybe I would want more like weather features, maybe like giving more data on weather, but at the same time it's not like it's not a major thing. So honestly, that would be like an improvement, I guess. But if I were to rate this from 1 to 10, or maybe 0 to 10, maybe I would give this app an 8 possibly. Definitely not a 9, because I don't know, it's just like not an app, it's just not a necessity. But if you were gonna rate this on like a coolness level, I would give this like a 9 out of 10, but like actual functionality is like an 8 out of 10. Though it's basically all the apps. And for this video, I hope this video helps you a lot. I know that this time the apps were kind of okay. I would say email counting is definitely one you should try out. Routinery is something that you really need to try out if you want to get a really good routine for school. Habits is also a good one just to start with something small like making your bed. That is a super good one. And if you want some like fun apps to just like play around with, I would say Weather are just random apps that they're just good. All of these apps will all be listed in the description if you want to check any of them out. These are all available on the App Store. I'm not sure if they are available anywhere else. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any app recommendations, put them down in the comments. Maybe I'll try them out. Maybe you can help a friend in the comments. I don't know. But good luck to having an amazing school year this year. Hopefully you have a good, strong start to the school year. And thank you for watching so much, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye. Also, if you're wondering what's going on with my nails, I am too, but luckily I'm doing them today. I'm making them a jelly pink, so yay. Okay, bye.